Okay, good morning. Welcome everybody. Don't forget to write your name in the chat for the attendance. I sent you a notice when I send the link for this class that we may have a quiz. Oops. Do you see my screen or what? You don't, right?
لا بنشوف صورتك دكتور.
اوكي. بدي أكون ديمقراطي. Okay, save. I did a poll. Did you get anything?
لا دكتور.
على الزوم دكتور ولا على ليرنينج ولا وين؟
Yeah, Zoom, your full session is inactive. Why? You are logged in from another device. Okay. طيب we'll do it verbal. جاني طلبات انه الكويز يكون Thursday. انا حكيت لكم اليوم الكويز جاهز هيو. So you want it today or Thursday? تقدروا تعملوا هيك thumbs or something.
Thursday definitely.
Thursday?
Yes.
أحسن.
طيب حاضر بس تدرسوا ماشي؟ يعني هيو صار معلن.
Yes, okay.
The quiz is a calculated formula quiz, which means كل واحد راح يجي أسئلة نفس المبدأ بس فيها أرقام وفيها أشياء بتختلف عن الآخرين. Okay, so I'm gonna trust you on that. إنه you're gonna come do it on your own. It's gonna be 5 to 10 minutes. Okay.
instruction set دكتور.
Yeah, باللي درسناه آخر فترة. Yes. Okay. طيب. Let's go finish what we started. I'm gonna share my screen. Okay, so we'll have the quiz next time. هذا البول ما زبط. Close it. So what we're gonna cover today are the assembler directives. We started talking about them last time. Kinds of or types of programmers. And here I mean hardware programmers that take the machine code after the cross assembler generates the machine code and send it to the program memory in the hardware, target hardware that will execute this machine code. We're gonna learn about the evaluation board from Microelectronica called EasyPick 7. Then we're gonna download an actual hex file on the program memory of a PIC microcontroller. Okay. Then we're gonna learn about indirect addressing mode. This is the rest of the chapter. So by this we end the chapter. Most of it, as you see, is gonna be hands-on. So last time we were here.
دكتور بس بزبط سؤال عن المحاضرة الماضية.
Sure.
بزبط بس تعيد ايش كان هو معنى الكروس اسمبلر؟
الكروس اسمبلر الاسمبلرز في كروس اسمبلرز في النوع الثاني نيتيف assemblers. اوكي نيتيف يعني اصلي صح او بيحكوا عن هذا مثلا نيتيف امريكان اذا كان هو من المواطنين صح الهنود الحمر الاصليين اصحاب البلد نيتيف اصلي for the so a native assembler هو assembler generates machine code to run on the same computer that is running the assembler. يعني I have a laptop, I installed MPLab assembler هون عندي MP assembler على اللابتوب تاعي running an Intel Core i7 processor. Who is executing the assembler? The Intel processor. The machine code will be generated, if it's native, to run also on the Intel. Okay? A cross assembler, no. An Intel processor running the assembler will generate the machine code to run on a different hardware, not on the Intel, on the PIC. وضحت؟ Cross. You generate it and give it to other hardware to execute it.
100%. شكرا.
Great. We learned how to use MPLab, right? Types of files, a general format of an assembly instruction, and we were here last time. When we wrote our program, we used a few directives. We used the origin to tell the assembler where we want to put the instruction that comes right after the line where we wrote the origin in the program memory. So when we wrote origin 0x20 and we write an instruction after it called move lateral to W2, this means that this will be stored in program memory address 0x20. Okay, so it's a directive. When we generate the machine code, this is not going to have anything. It's not going to go to the PIC microcontroller in any program memory location. Okay, directive. That's it. Directive. We're directing the assembly, telling it what to do. Okay, and we also use the end directive to tell the assembler that anything written in the code after this line, don't generate the machine code for it. Don't assemble it. تمام. It'll include you're familiar with it. Sometimes you can write some code that you want to reuse in another project. You just go say include and give the library if it's already any written library or something you did. Okay. Well, I didn't look at this list thing. آخر شيء equate. It tells the assembler إذا أنت دائما بتضلك تنسى لما تيجي تكتب الكود تاعك. So last time when we wrote this code, last time we wrote some code here. Okay, ذاكرين هذا الكود أنا فاتحه بالأسمبلي بس بالنوت باد بس هو we wrote it جوا we wrote it in MPLab. Okay. So see, يعني, when we wanted to access TRISB here, TRISB is address 06, and يعني, when we were writing the program, كنا نروح jump back and forth to the program memory map or the data memory map and see where is TRISB. Okay, we want to set select bank 1 or bank 0. It's bit number 5 في the status register. Okay, شو الأدرس تاع status register? We always forget. It's 3. We have to go and check it. So these things, in order not to worry about it, you can do something like this. At the beginning of your file, okay, before you write your program, you can do something like this. Say, status equates, or it doesn't matter, capital or small, equates 3. For example, TRISB هذه دائما موجودة هو الأدرس 06 bank 1, right? So you can say equate 6. Or كمان port B equate برضه 6 بس أنت يعني right? Equate 6. What else? البت تاع البانك select دائما بضل أنساه. What is it? Where is this bit? It's bit number 5. Instead of keep looking for it every time, you can say bank, for example, يعني okay, you can bank select. You can do something like this, equate, bank select bit, something like this, and say equate, what is the number? 5. Now, يعني بديش أكمل here. Now you can go here, bit set f bit number 5. You can just put this word here, بدل 5. See, وهون بدل 5. كمان ايش استخدمنا؟ direction register, status register هاي control C بدل هاي 3 status بدل 3 status port B here بدل when we did port B, where's port B? move lateral to W هاي كان قصدي فيها port B, right? و TRISB was here, this 6. Okay, so you can write your program this way every time, but then if your program is hundreds or whatever lines of code, خلاص, you just write TRISB status إلى آخره. Then the assembler لما يبلش يعمل assembling, okay, bit set F status. What is status? Status is 3, so بروح بشطب الستاتس, okay, بشطب الستاتس وبكتب محلها 3. Okay, that's it. يعني before the machine code is generated and before that is sent to the program memory to run on the microcontroller. يعني on the microcontroller, you're not going to see this status. You're going to see what's equivalent, the 3. Hope this is clear.
دكتور عندي سؤال.
تفضل.
طب المابينج اللي مثلا انه الستيتس هي 3، التراي ستيت بي هي 6، وين هاي بتكون مخزنه؟
هذه موجوده في بالداتا memory, بس let me show you where you check it. We always check it, بس يعني you can go to our class website, download the data sheet for the microcontroller. Okay. ليش هيك download أحسن. Well, I have it, man. Come on, let's طيب, let me open it from my folder. أريح لي. Okay, so you go to memory organization. See, this is the program memory. Then here's the data memory. Okay, so how do I show this again? Annotate. Okay, see, status هيها 3. port B هيها.
لا بعرف هدول، بس لا أنا قصدي إنه هلا المابينج هذا إنه بيكون برضه بياخده عادي من الداتا ميموري وبيكون زي الداتا ميموري.
المابينج that I just wrote.
المابينج تاع الإكويت يعني إنه
هذا we just write it here on the laptop. We just write it here on the laptop. يعني let me do.
اوكي فكرته بتخزن محل يعني.
I copy. I'm copying. I'm going to the project we started last time. Well, I don't want to copy everything. I just copy, well, everything. Okay, doesn't matter. See, if I open the project تاع آخر مرة, open. This is the project we did last time. Okay. Where is the code? Here is the code. Okay, so I'm gonna, this is, I think, the exact same code. I didn't change it. So Control A, Control V, I just replaced it. See, it's written here. It's all written here. If I build the project, build all. Okay, it's built. Now look at the machine code. If we want to look at the machine code view, the disassembly listing, this would do. See the equates بس هون on the RAM of this laptop, okay? there is no equivalent machine code to it. It doesn't go to any memory in the microcontroller. واضح؟ and the status see status وبت set تحولت لحالها هون 3 5 هاي TRISB لحالها تحولت صارت 6 see port B 6 okay
100% شكرا.
okay so we're done with the directives. Okay, we're done with the directives. What else? And now this is trivial, right? When you write a number, if you want it to be treated as decimal, okay. لما كنا نروح نقول له move lateral to W 55. What is this? Decimal, hexadecimal? Well, usually most of the assemblers and compilers even treat a number that you do not give any indication before it what it will be. It will treat it as a decimal, okay, but not guaranteed. Okay, it's not guaranteed. Somebody may have an assembler that treats it by default as a hex. بس احنا we always take care and write the we indicate hex is 0x and then you put the number, or H hex then بين quotes رقم decimal nothing, or the D octal binary, and ASCII code for a letter will be just putting the letter between quotes or saying ASCII then the letter. Okay, trivial. Well, these are from the book, the first example in the book, and we did a longer and more complicated one, right? This program, what does it do? Just to introduce how to write assembly programs. Clears the W registers, then adds 8, right? Then go to loop and keeps adding 8, 8, 8, 8 to the W register, right? Simple program. This is a little more longer program. You can track it and see what it does. Just real quick. It calculates the Fibonacci series. Are you aware of it? The Fibonacci series.
Yes, we're aware of it.
Yeah, 0, 1, 1, 2, 3, right? 5. It always adds a new number is the sum of the two before it. 8, 13, etc. So this program always has the most 3 numbers. Okay, so it starts with 0, 1, 1, then so it's like a sliding window. Okay, it has high Fibonacci 0 هذا 1 هذا Fibonacci 2. بعدين هذا الويندو slides. Okay, slides بصير هيك. بعدين slides بصير هيك. So how did they do it? So راح بده يتعامل مع memory location. See هنا wherever you see fib 0, it is 20, equates 20, equates 21, fib 1, fib 2 equates 22, fib temporary equates 23. Now what are these numbers? They're just numbers, okay? It depends how you're going to use them later in the program. Now start the program at origin 0, clear F fib 0. What does this mean? Clear fib 0 is 20, so clear memory location 20. Clear, so it goes to memory, address 20, it clears it, which means it puts a 0 here. Then move lateral to W, W is 1, then move W to F fib 1, fib 1 is 21. 21, what did we put it in it? W, W is 1. Then move W another time to fib 2, fib 2 is address 22, right? It puts a 1. Then here, move F to fib 1, comma 0. What does this mean? Move F of fib 1 is what? 21. direction is 0 to W. Then I'm going to go get something from address 21 and put it in W. So W21 has a 1. So W will have a 1. Okay? Add W to F, Feb2. Feb2 and store the result in W. Feb2 is address 22. It has a 1, right? And we add it to W. W already has a 1, so W now has a 2, right? Then move W to F, FibTemp. FibTemp is address 23. 23, what did we store in it? W to F. W is 2. So we put a W here. Okay? So see, 0, 1, 1. Then we calculated the temporary number. Now, these 3 locations are the window. Okay? These 3 locations are the window that keep the most 3 elements of the series. طيب. Move F, Feb1 to W. صح؟ So هاي Feb1 شايفينها هاي Feb1 اللي هي يعني هاي خلينا نكتبها Feb 0 Feb 1 Feb 2 هاي temp. So Feb 1 I'm here. Okay, Feb 1 take it to W. هاي راح تروح على W. So W راح يصير 1. Then move W to F Feb 0. W is the 1. وديها على Feb 0 here. So هاي 0 راح تروح ويصير محلها 1. Okay. Then move F Feb 2 to W. Feb 2 is what? The 1 هاي. وديها على W. So W is another كمان مرة 1. Move W to F Feb 1. Feb 1 here. و W1 راح يجي يشطب ال1 هاي يحط محلها 1 جديدة. بعدين move W to F Feb 1 هي هذه اللي عملناها. Right. Then move F Feb temp ل W. Feb temp هاي فيها 2 أخذها على W. 2 راحت على W. ف W صارت 2. Okay. Move W to F Feb 2. W فيها 2 حطها في Feb 2 فالواحد هاي راح يصير محلها 2. See؟ اللي هم أول شيء كانوا هذولا فيهم 0 1 1 هسه فيهم 1 1 2. Right? 1 1 2. Okay. Then go to forward. It's gonna do it again. يرد يجمع هذا مع هذا. Okay. Sorry. هذا مع هذا ويخزن الجواب بالتم وبعدين يشفت كل واحد هذا محل هذا وهذا محل هذا وهذا محل هذا. Okay. Keep doing it forever. واضح؟
واضح.
Simple program. Okay, and if you don't know the Fibonacci series and the relation between them, the golden ratio, go Google it. It's very interesting. Okay, what is the golden ratio?
The ratio, yani, when you move far enough in the series, the ratio between one number and the number before it.
Right, and what is it?
1.5, is it? Let's see it.
1 point, okay. See, I'm just out of عشان تثير فضولكم. So if this is 0 1 1, so the program is going to do what? It's always going to add, right, the 2 locations before it, right? So if I just drag this series until قديش بدك زي ما بدك. Okay, this is the series 2 3 5 8 13, right? 21. The ratio is, well, you cannot divide by 0, so we start from here. The ratio is this element divided by the element before it, right? 1. Now if you drag this and do it for everything, the ratio is what? It starts with 2, 1.5, then 1.66. It gets closer, it becomes more accurate. Becomes more accurate. 1.66, 1.6, 1.625, 1.615. Okay, as you calculate with time, it's 1.6. Okay, 803, and so on. And the beauty about it, if you go Google the golden ratio, you find a lot of هذا هو. See, this is what we calculated 1.618. Look at these images. يعني في a lot of videos you can watch videos بس see what the golden ratio does. And if you draw a square الأبعاد تاعه ones أول شيء بعديه 2 okay بعديه 2 plus 1 اللي 3 راح يكون هيك بعديه هذا 5 and see بيسوي لك هذه السبايرال a lot of حتى يعني shapes ورسمات عالمية والى آخره. They found that the golden ratio was part of it. Anyways.
دكتور في شيء cool كمان إنه
Yeah.
the ratio emerges from any initial values. يعني إحنا بلشنا 1 بس بنقدر نبلش 1,000,003 و eventually the same ratio will emerge.
Interesting. Yeah. So, okay. Cool. يعني there may be a secret. I don't know. But okay. Back to programming. This is another program. Should I go over everything? خلاص يعني it's a program. Okay. Bit clear F, bit set F. We already covered it. Now back to the programmers. The program we wrote here. The program we wrote here. When we built it. When we did build all, okay, and said successful, if you go to the okay, if you go where we had it, now we have a file .hex. This is an executable. Last time we executed it through a simulator under microchip, and we did single stepping and reviewed it and see how it worked. However, if you want to send the hex, the executable, to a hardware, there are several programmers you can use. For example, if you in microchip here, you can see there is a programmer called Big Start plus MPLab ICD2 أبصر إيش هذا debugger في starter kit board. Personally, I used بالMPLab programs MPLab ICD3, which is الصورة اللي تطلع أول ما نشغل الMPLab هيك شكلها اللي هو something هيك like يعني it's like a programmer. Never mind. Okay, so you need to have a programmer, a piece of hardware that connects serially between the laptop with the executable hex file and the hardware. Okay. The microcontroller to transfer the program to program memory. This is the programmer. Okay, there are several kinds of programmers. Microchip, for example, provides these, but and if other companies have different kinds of programmers. Okay, so this is a PIC start programmer. You just place the chip here, the microcontroller here, and it's connected through the serial port to the laptop. It takes the hex and programs it, puts it in the program memory. Okay, I'll get to the indirect addressing mode, but this is another PIC kit 2 programmer. يعني smaller, easier, في بيكون مجموعة pins, transmit, receive, ground, power إلى آخره to program. Now we're gonna, I didn't update the slides. We're gonna use in this class, this one, I used to use it last time, Easy PIC 5. Now we got newer ones. I'm gonna switch my camera. I'm gonna stop sharing. And I'll come back. I'm gonna switch my camera to the board. I'm gonna show you the board. Well, you know what, before the board, let me share. I have the manual, it could be easier to see. I also uploaded the manual to the e-learning website. E-learning website. If you drag microelectronica, it's أنا يعني مش موضوع spelling. They write microelectronica بالK مش بالC. Okay. PIC 7, Easy PIC 7, evaluation board manual. Okay. This is the manual. So this is the board we're going to use. What's the benefit of the board? Now, this is the microcontroller. Okay, this is the microcontroller. If you don't have a board, fine. It can work. Stop sharing. I'll come back. I need to show you. Okay, USB camera. You see my stuff. See, this is my finger. Let me use the screwdriver. هذا microcontroller. Okay, it's on a board. However, it doesn't have to be on a board. I can just take it out. يا رب ما يخرب لأنه إحنا مش رح نقدر نرجع على الشغل ونجيب بداله. Okay, need to be careful. Okay, this is the microcontroller. مش عارف كيف أوجه الكاميرا. Okay. What's going on? المايكرو تمام. المايكرو كنترولر مكتوب عليه اذا راح تقدروا تشوفوا اذا الفوكس زبط. Okay, let me see something. يعني when you do a project you put the microcontroller. انتوا هلا لو انكم بالسكول خليني اطفي الضوء عشان ما يعكسش بسرعتنا. Okay. See? كأنه معكوسة هيك. أبصر كيف بعمل هيك وتروح هناك. Let me just try to flip the camera. تحملونا شوي. Oops. Video settings, mirroring. في mirroring هون. Mirror my video. هيك شو صار؟ هيك عكس غلط صار. لا هيك صح. I don't want to do mirror. هيك صح. Anyways. هو معقول. Well. هيك طيب. Well مكتوب عليها 16F877A. خلاص I don't have to show it. But in general, you put your microcontroller on a breadboard. بعدين بتجيب له power. Okay. Power ممكن يكون بطارية. فولت باور سورس الى اخره. بتحطيه الفولتج اللي بده اياه. دبل اي باتريز. بتحط له اوسيليتر. هذا الاوسيليتر هي هون. اوكي هذا الشيء الصغير اللي بيلمع. and when you want to program it بتروح بتجيب اسلاك زي هيك. اوكي بتحطهم على السيريال بورت اللي هم بورت سي. يعني I thought this is going to be easier. بصراحة الكاميرا مغلبتني something. بسوي حركة بتروح بالعكس زي. طيب ممكن هيك أحسن. هيك أحسن. Okay. So and بتجيب سلاك وبتوصل على البنز المطلوبة وبتحطهم على البروجرامر and then you program it. وبدك تعمل لو بدك تيجي تعمل تحط push button و LED. بتجيب مثلا هذا LED بتجيبه بتحطه وبتوصل ريزيستر وبتوصله على البن المطلوب and so on. Okay, so هذا okay is good when you want to do the final project. However في development phase بدك تجرب وبدك تعمل وإذا عملنا هيك شو بصير وإذا عملنا هيك شو بصير you know. So usually people بمرحلة development بيستخدم evaluation board زي البورد هذا اللي احنا بنستخدمه. شو الفيتشرز تاعته هذا البورد؟ If you see the board, I'm going to try to zoom out. هذا البورد we have here فيه many features. فيه أكثر من socket to put your microcontroller for different size microcontrollers. This one فيه one the 40 pin chips اللي هو زي 16F877A controller تاعنا. The beauty here إنه the microcontroller is connected through a USB cable to my laptop, and this part is called the programmer from microelectronica, microprog it's called. Okay, it's a programmer connected internally through the boards to the right pins that should be connected to the programmer. Okay, on the other side connected to my laptop to the programmer software. It should have a software as well to be able to understand this language and send the program and put it here. Okay, بدك power. Okay, في power source. See, في power source. حتى power source هون بقدر احط هذا زي adapter زي الشاحن هون، او بقدر اخذه مباشره هون على سلكين high low من voltage source او من USB even. تمام. انا just turned it on. كنت كاتب كود هيك بس تيستينج اتاكد البورد صح شغال. شايفين؟ قاعد بعمل بلينكينج لبورت بي. شايفين هون مكتوب بورت بي. بورت بي شوف شو عاملين لي. ذا جود ثينج بالايفالويشن بورد انه حاطين لك كل البوسيبل بورتس، مثلا بورت A، بورت B، بورت C اتسترا. كل بورت مثل بورت B شايف واصلين عليه LEDs in case اذا عرفته output you can write on them and see if it turns on معناته you wrote a 1, it turns off you wrote a 0. في push buttons if you see them. هاي اللي بلاك بجوز صغار شوي بس هذول هسه they're not gonna matter لانه انا البورت عندي اوتبوت بس لما بقدر اعملهم انبوت، وبدل ما اروح اصير اغلب حالي واجي هون احط البوش بutton واعمل بول اب ريزيستر هاي ولا لو الى اخره. حتى البول اب ريزيستر شايفين هون مكتوب بول اب بول داون، وهذا سويتش تقدر ترفعه لفوق وتنزله لتحت تبول عشان كانك جبت ريزيستر ووصلتها على الباور او على الجراوند اذا بدك بول داون ريزيستر مع البوش بutton بدون غلبه. واذا بدك غير هيك حتى حاطين لك البنز هيهم تاعت البورتس، بدك تاخذهم على شيء برا على موتور through a driver ولا through an H bridge. البنز are here. اوكي. في بزر بتطلع صوت اذا بدك تسوي PWM تشوف صوت. في several potentiometers here موصولين على الانالوج بورتس عشان to do analog بدل ما تغلب حالك وتروح تجيب potentiometer زي هذا وتوصله على البراد بورد وهاي ولو وخذه. يعني كل شيء موجود عندك هون. شويه جامبرز يو كان كونفيجر يقول له هذا potentiometer حط اياه على البين كذا او على البين كذا الى اخره. في 7 segment display. اوكي 7 segment display بدل ما تروح توصل 7 segment display كم بين بدك توصل وهاي ولو الى اخره. يعني a lot of good stuff. serial communication interface الى اخره. يعني oscillator somewhere to put the oscillator, voltage regulator, USB interface, a place to put an LCD, a graphical display. That's why we use the board. So انتوا زملائكم لما كانوا يجوا يعمل مشروع they use a board. بستعير بورد او بروح بالمختبر بيشتغل على البورد. اوكي. they do the project بتاكد انه كل شيء شغال. اخر شيء لما بده يجي يعمل له خلص عمل هذا الكنترولر يتحكم to control a remote control car an RC car. اخر شيء يشيله هو والاوسيليتر ويحطهم على بريد بورد زي هيك، او حتى في ناس يروح على PCB. اوكي. يحطهم يوصل السيركت تاعته ويحطها على ظهر السياره ويتحكم بالسياره بدل ما يشيل البورد اللي قد عليه. اوكي. So this is the board we're going to use. This is the programmer we're going to use. And program the microcontroller. So back back to what we were doing. So هذا المانيوال تاع البورد. I shared it on the e-learning website. See, this is it. So the microcontroller, the port B مثلا هاي هون if you see port B here. هذه LED البيض، هاي push buttons، هاي dip switches pull up ولا pull down resistors، هاي الأوسيليتر. See حتى في ground هون، شايف هاي ground. several places في reset switch، reset إذا بتخش على الماستر كلير. حتى هون كل pin شايفين مكتوب عليه انتم مش شايفينها لأنه صورة، بس لو البورد قدامك راح تشوف port D1 port D0 إلى آخره، oscillator 1 oscillator 2. هاي potentiometers، على أي pin بدك توصل potentiometer إلى آخره، buzzer، الباور سورس، البروجرامر. وهون في تفاصيل تحت يعني on everything. هيك أوضح ما بعرف. okay. More details. Okay, so this is shared with you on the website, on the e-learning of the course. So now what we want to do is to write a program and put it here and run it. Okay, we do this as a last program. Okay, look into details, the machine code and everything. Then we go back, talk about indirect addressing mode, and then we're done with this chapter. Okay, so let's go do. أنا عامل program على إذا شفتوه قبل شوي على البورد to blink the LEDs. Let's do something else together. Interested?
Yes.
Yes, دكتور.
Okay, so we start a new project. So let's close this. Go to project wizard. You see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, شايفين.
Now see what's going to happen here. The device, when we started, this belonged to the same family, 16F84A or 77A. So their instruction set is the same, and we verified that on in the data sheet, right? طلعنا على data sheet تاع both the same instruction set للاثنين. However, أنا شخصيا هون at my home I don't have the 84A microcontroller. I have the 77A microcontroller. But I'm gonna treat it exactly the same as 84A controller. ماشي? So I'm gonna pick the 77A controller. طبعا هو في more يعني في larger program memory, data memory, more ports, more peripherals, but it's also backward compatible مع ال 84A controller, so you can treat it like that. 16F84A, 877A, 877 F. Did we talk about what is F و C وإلى آخره؟ F يعني فلاش ميموري. قبل ما يكون الفلاش ما كانوش يحطوها. اوكي، كانوا يحطوا سي من CMOS، بس الاف لما اجت بعديها it includes يعني هو CMOS technology plus فيه فلاش ميموري للبروجرام. وين 16F8 16F87 ممكن اكتبها انا؟ pick 16F877A. هيو شايفينه 877A. Next, we choose the same assembler. Nothing changes here. هلا بدي أعمل لي folder و project جديد. So I go up, create a new folder called class demo 2. What should we do? Let's do something real quick لأنه ما ضلش 5 دقايق. Turn on 2 LEDs, 2 LEDs off, 2 LEDs on, 2 LEDs off. شو رأيكم؟
اوكي.
اوكي. بنسميه LEDs. اوكي. والفايل نيم LEDs. خلاص. Next, next, finish. Okay, we create a file. This file we're going to write here the code in it. بس قبل ما نكتب نعمل save as بنسميه بنختار البروجكت فولدر اللي عملناه هون بنسميه برضو LEDs إذا بدكم .asm. Don't forget this. Don't forget this check box. I add file to project and say save. Okay, so it added here. هلا we can write the program. شو رايكم اعمل copy لهذول عشان ما نعيدش من الصفر هذول الايكويت على الاقل الايكويت. So I'm gonna delete everything here. هذول الايكويتس عشان ما نستخدمهم يعني ما ضلش اكتبهم كاني بعملهم include. Okay, now at origin 0 we want to write our program and tell it عشان ما we don't run out of space ممكن نقول له أول instruction go to main تكون مثلا عند address origin 20 إذا بدكم وهون بنحط label اسمها main. بقدر أقول له مش go to main بقدر أقول له go to 20 إذا بدي. فاهمين علي؟ هلا okay we want to start writing our program. هذا زي كأنه المين function بالسي. We want to make port B output بعدين أضوي ال LEDs بدي إياهم. So حتى أروح أعمل port B output I need to go to bank 1 right? So bit number 5 the status register I need to set it صح؟ So بحكي له bit set F right? The status register bit set bank select bit هيك صح؟ هون عملنا select bank 1 وبعدين I want to make port B output right? I write ايش بال TRIS B register بكتب فيها 0 صح؟ output لأنها. فبدل ما أقول له move letter to W0 بقدر أقول له move letter to W0 وبعدين move W to F port B أو TRIS B 6 يعني 0 أو بقدر أقول له إيش؟ clear F صح؟ في instruction اسمها clear F. clear F what؟
هي بالديفولت مش 0 بتكون ولا لا؟
الديفولت كانت 1 إذا شفت المرة الماضية.
كانت 1 اوكي.
ذاكر؟ الديفولت هي 1 كانوا input. So
ممكن
clear
نعملها
F yeah sorry.
ending مع 0 ممكن.
Yeah, you can do add مع 0. You can move 0 lateral to W بعدين توديه على الميموري. Yeah, بس احنا هون لو انه شيء بده نعمله input شيء output yes this clear F is not going to work. We need to move right. بس this would work. هلا هون here port B is output. Right? All bits. Then I want to go back to bank 0 عشان اكتب على port B register. فبحكي له bit clear F بالstatus register bit number 5 اللي هو bank select bit. انا عامل له equate فوق عشان اكتب كل مره 5. هنا what we did is select bank 0. Then I want to turn 2 LEDs on, 2 LEDs off, 2 LEDs on, 2 LEDs off. صح 8 هم. So what do I move lateral to W, right? بعدين I send it to port B. شو اللي بدي أكتبه؟ بدي 2 on, 2 off, right? 2 on, 2 off. So 2 on, 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 صح؟ So شو بدي أكتب فيها؟ 0x
أو
CC صح؟
أو CC.
Right? Yeah. So I'm gonna do here. أقول له حط في W 0x CC. Okay. 2 LEDs on to off to on to off إلى آخره. بعدين هذا I need to write it in port B register. So I say move W to F أي F port B اللي هو address 6 move to 6 بس خلاص هيك ريحنا حالنا move. خلصنا؟ ضوء هيك المفروض ضوء طفوا يعني اللي بدنا إياه. We're done بس we need to get stuck. يا بنضل نعمل هذا الحكي over and over again أو we just say here مثلا وخلاص get stuck here. بعدين ايش؟ end assembly program. Then we build. Okay. We build. Whoever needs to leave, he can leave. I'll upload the recording. Absolute. I'm not gonna do anything else, but I'm gonna just put this on. Build succeeded. So the hex file is there. The hex file is in. Where are we? Yeah, LEDs. Here's the hex file. Now this is the hex file. I need to send it to the microcontroller. Okay, when I get the EasyPick 7, I get a programmer with it. Okay, who I showed you on the board. I need to run the programmer, load the hex file. The programmer looks like this. Okay. First, you need to choose the microcontroller, pick 16F, 877A. You go to hex file here. Okay. Before, what is the oscillator we're using? The oscillator I have is a high-speed oscillator, 8 megahertz. So I pick high speed. And what we are doing here, هو configuration bits. Okay, this is what we have to do before we send the program to before we send it to program memory. اسأل يا محمد.
ما بنفع نستخدم كريستال؟
لا هي كريستال، هي اللي عندي كريستال هذه.
اوكي.
اوكي، oscillator كريستال نوعها high speed.
تمام.
مش RC. Okay. الwatchdog timer I'm gonna disable it. Everything else you can keep it as default. Now we need to load the hex file. Load the hex file. Where's the hex file? هاي أنا مخزنه هون. هيو LEDs.hex. Open. شوف رجع انتبه لهم لازم شكله نغيرهم بعد ما reload. Now I change this to high speed. مش XT sorry high speed. Then watchdog timer disabled. Okay, I loaded. Then what do? I write the program. Okay.
دكتور الباور اب تايمر هي disabled ولا انه احنا لازم نخليها enable؟
هي disabled. default disabled. إذا بدك to enable it بعد ما نيو باور اب قبل ما يبلش يشتغل البروجرام كاونتر مش راح تحسي فيها حتى. It's okay. Now I'm doing right. Okay. See تحت programming code memory. شايفين هذا؟ أنا if I turn on my camera على other شو I'm gonna خلص هو برمج خلص شايفين؟ خلص. Okay. If I go and stop sharing and go choose the camera on the here. What camera? Here. This is what happened. So زي ما بدنا ولا لا؟ 2 on. صور زي ما بدنا فعلا صح؟ 1 2
واحد
on.
لا.
2 هذا لا، ليش هذا لا؟ هسه كان شغال ماله. could be something بعدين الاثنين بس هو هذا البت port B3 معقول انا لما فوق بس اوكي port B3 هذا 0 1 2 3 Okay, we need to debug and see what happened. يعني ممكن we run it on the simulator before we program and see why this bit did not turn into 1. Okay. I'll debug it, tell you about it next time. If no questions, we can end.
يعطيك العافية.
الله يعافيكم. No questions? Okay, thank you very much.
عندي سؤال.
Question? Yeah, تفضل.
دكتور بالنسبة لإكويت إذا كان مثلا عندي 20 شغلة مثلا 20 element
Yeah.
أحطهم بهيدر فايل بقدر أحطهم فايل لحالهم.
Yeah. And include it. Yes. You can. Yes.
خلاص شكرا دكتور.
And then include it. Yes.
دكتور
Okay.
بدي احكي لك شيء بس هو برا الريكوردينج فبس يخلص
Okay. Let me stop the recording. Let me stop. Okay. Thank you everybody.